From I see the flashing lights and you see the people them on the road, you know exactly where I go and right there, so. Another man gets slapped with. Them call him Thomas. Right down I'm be this that being up people. But hold on a bit. Me I go tell you something. What the thing could know but you don't know. Police station they right up the road right up there, so. Yes, right there so the police station there. You understand? Goes to show you these criminal afraid of nobody. So no matter which part you're there, you get slapped with. And I want the police them take the same approach. You understand? Stop pick them up and bout to not carry them behind bars. We got name taxpayers dollars. You understand? I live rent free in a people head. Slap them way. Yes. And if you don't want help, just say you don't want help, forget them slap on the man. Anyway.
Welcome back to MyView TV, the people's platform, the home of undiluted news, reviews, updates, and your daily dose of entertainment. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, leave us a comment, like, share, and subscribe.
I don't bring nobody forward in your cheer for me. Everything what you see up my natural talent. Man, me tell you something. You see, when you know what to please the audience with, it's simple, me.
Stop, sit back, and marvel at the miracles unfolding in your life. Evidence of your progress can appear big or small. Either way, recognize your life is transforming for the better. You are always moving forward. If you don't stop to smell the roses, you won't appreciate the garden of ambience growing around you. Today, celebrate all that you are creating. Life is good when you see the possibilities. Yes, people. I don't know me I talk tone already, so now listen what we have to say. You understand? Keep back and relax, because only things still go under the news. Look how the man kill him cause now for Aki. Let me tell you what I want for that. A man is scheduled to stand trial in the St. Elizabeth Circuit Court on March 6 next year in relation to the death of his cousin during a dispute over Aki 9 years ago. Me never had a read news them a time, yeah. So me know so they never hear what go on right there, so now me I go tell you no. Dave Smith, a 47-year-old resident of Lacova, St. Elizabeth, had his bail extended by the High Court Judge Justice Vaughn Smith when he appeared in the St. Elizabeth Circuit Court. The accused is charged with the murder of his cousin, Peter James. Yes, P.E. James. Reported on November 18, 2013, Smith was picking Aki when James accused him of picking the fruit without permission. And just like that, boom, 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 the bangarang start. And no gunshot. Let me tell you what. The two relatives subsequently got engaged into a fight during which a knife was allegedly used to stab James. And James dead right on the spot. Smith was eventually arrested and charged with murder. Big waste on the waste time, police. You understand? You shall slap with this boy. Long time this boy did forget slap with waste time having behind bars. You see like come there at St. Elizabeth. Let me just stay down there a little bit longer. A St. Elizabeth man who was arrested more than 4 years ago following the seizure of some cocaine was on Wednesday found guilty of breaches of the Dangerous Drugs Act. Wanis Francis was found guilty of possession of cocaine, dealing in and trafficking, as well as taking steps to export and conspiracy to export cocaine. He is scheduled to be sentenced on February 27th. Francis was arrested on May 2nd, 2018 during an operation conducted by members of the Area 3 Narcotics Police along the Glazeland Roadway in St. Elizabeth. I waste on the time still. Police, man, let's tell now waste on the time. It's somebody, my boy. I slap on the slap them. I said what I said, I mean what I said. I don't know me already. Now take it back. Hold on a bit there now. Mommy and her daughter cry, say, yo, they can't find them brother. She can't find her picnic. Cause them don't know which part them gone. You wagwan pa wagwan.
Jennifer Mason, the mother of 32-year-old Audley Young, otherwise called Jakes and Cakes, is desperately in need of assistance to locate her son, who's been missing since September 22 of this year. According to Miss Mason, Audley told his wife he was headed to the parish of St. Elizabeth with a friend.
23rd, which is the Friday, 12 past 12, his wife called me and tell me that Jace text her, please call me, and she called back Jace, and Jace tell her that he's going to St. Elizabeth with Frankie, and from then we don't hear anything else about Jace.
She, however, notes following contact made with the friend he was traveling with, his explanation is rather conflicting.
We get to Frankie, and Frankie They did lock up Frankie for 13 days. They do all whatever tests we have to do on the car. They don't find any trace that Jace got sent to Elizabeth. They don't find anything because Frankie said about 3 months never get in contact with Jace. He never see Jace that Thursday evening either because he never did come back Coleyville.
Miss Mason says what's making the situation even more painful is they have been allegedly dismissed on several occasions by police officers. Audley's sister adds his wife moved a few days after he was reported missing.
And the wife moved out. The wife moved out from down at the house the following Monday evening. And when he moved, the wife now call anyway and say anything. The wife now tell we say she gonna move out. She move. I hear say she move out, and she not call we. If me not text her phone, we not get no response from her. And each time when me text her and ask her about my brother and if the police call her and say anything, she said no, appear no me here.
One thing with me, I gonna give the people them information and the police them don't want give them. So moment here one power one. Keep one final without anybody because you not get nobody. That the boy they dead. You understand? You just be honest, so don't know me only know if tell the truth. Anyway, now people, the lean mouth one. Yes, the lean mouth one come and attack. So watch out, man. He want the SOE extended and them look sitting there. You hear me now?
Well, this is one of a series of visits that I'm doing around divisions, the various divisions over, particularly over this period, where the police are called upon to do more. Largely to keep everybody else safe over this period whilst they can, shop and enjoy this season. A lot of our officers have to come to work even more than normal to make sure they do that safely and in an orderly fashion. We're dealing with traffic matters. Here in Trelawney we have a cruise ship in port. All good things. Commerce is taking place, another good thing, but we have to provide the circumstances for that to be done safely and in an ordered way. DSP Milton here, who is the divisional commander, and his team have given me a briefing on what's been happening on the crime side, but also other matters that impact the parish. It's safe to say that the team here have been, doing good work. The first part of the year was challenging here, but by the second and certainly the last quarter of the year has seen declines in crime, and the team here has a high clear-up rate, a relatively high clear-up rate of 60+%, which is really good, and have their act together. They are working their divisional plan. They had spent a lot of time doing the plan, putting it together, and now we're seeing the fruits of those plans being rolled out, executed. We had Operation Relentless has been going on here for the past 3 months, and we're seeing the effect. The SOE wasn't here in Trelawney, but there are 4 divisions in Area 1. The other 3, that's St. James, Hanover, and Westmoreland, have had an SOE in place, and that has reaped great benefits there. So we've had, certainly over this one, which just ended a day ago, we saw a 66% decline in homicides in those 3 parishes, which is actually beneficial. And of course, the way the plans work, so St. James has its plan, Hanover has its plan, Westmoreland has its plan, and we use appropriate tools where it's necessary to get the results that we get. So we should be seeing declines in parishes, whether there's an SOE in place or not, because the ones where the SOE are, that's what's necessary there. In the ones where that's not what is necessary, we use other methods. As I say, when we get emergency powers, all other policing tools are on the table and are being used everywhere. There are some places that are just have such a high level of violence and violent crime that the emergency powers are significant in impacting that violent crime. So it's just, we call horses for courses. It is what is required based on the plan and the problem for each space. And we're getting results in all of them. The other aspect of things is that where we have had an SOE in place, I am certainly going to ask that we declare again in some of those spaces. We might change the boundaries a bit, but there are still places where the problem hasn't gone away, and we're going to need those measures again in the last part of the year and into the first part of next year. It's important that we start the year right in terms of the numbers so that we can continue that momentum into next year.
So, Commissioner, does that mean you'll be recommending another set of SOEs before the year ends?
Yes, that's correct. We need to continue the momentum and we need to keep the numbers down. So absolutely, yes.